towards me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So torque it around, you get a lot of weird action.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But a big part of it is feathering your clutch. So all of us hit ground where it makes us a little unstable when we move around. Now, in time, you're going to let your wrist articulate.
Excellent.
Got him.
Resue fan.
Not bad, not bad. There you go. There you go. Traction control right there. You hear that engine trying to stall? You do not want that happening. No real brake. Well done. Gentle with your clutch. There you go. It's a lot easier to handle if you keep it gentle. Back a little farther. It's a little easier to start. It's a little bit janky anyway, so you've really got to be extra smooth. Power. So you're rolling off the throttle and letting out the clutch. Pull up. Keep the power up there. And don't let the clutch all the way out. Watch it as far as you go. You're good, you're good, you're good. That's right. Here we go. It will react, and you don't want it reacting that way. You want that little bitty nuance.
Okay.
And you've got to keep enough power up. Now, if you throw the clutch out and rush it with lots of throttle, you're going to get the same result you got. Same throttle, same clutch, tractor right up that hill. You're going to have some power. You're going to have some power. There you go. At least you killed it with the clutch that time. More power, a little 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 more power. Okay, Susan, you're in a recovery situation. You're going to ease it back, using your clutch. Using your clutch. Mind you, bring it right back to your starting point. Straighten your bike a little bit. Turn your bars. There we go. Ease it back gently, gently, gently. Beautifully done. Come on back. Okay, now just clutch out. Now hold that for just a second before you start it. Do you know what's getting you right there?
Not enough throttle either.
Not enough throttle and too much clutch. Your throttle is actually about right, But when you throw that clutch out at that low speed, the bike will stall.
Right, just
Don't throw the clutch out. You're already moving. Hey, be satisfied with that, right? Stand up and just keep it tractoring up that hill. Keep the power up. A little bit more power. More power. More power. More power.
Yeah.
How do you want to pick it
Um. Yeah, I'll go around the other side.
Not handling the clutch. Right?
She's just turning off her
1,
mind.
2,
And
3.
just going to play. Just throwing the clutch out. It's an urgency. It's a form of panic, and she's just throwing the clutch out and going for it. She'll get it. She's got all the components.
No,
It's
clutch.
just
Clutch out.
practice.
You ready to go?
There we go. There we go.
You didn't get hurt, did you?
No.
my credit card with me. Cash. Somebody will pay for my gas. I'll pay you when. My wallet's in my other pants.
Don't hang it up.
All right. Good.
$10.
Yep.
You fill somebody else up?
Yep. Adam?
Does he not have any?
No.
You didn't bring any money? He's
Card with him.
He's got no whiskey?
My ears haven't popped.
I got my motorcycle license last summer, and then so of course had the winter off.
Sure.
Yeah, just
So maybe
been trying
less
to-
than 6 months. If you just put the riding seasons together, it probably isn't that long.
I've been trying to study and practice as much as I can, and this was eye-opening to learn limitations, and also Bill's got a metaphor of dragons, so slaying dragons, and I feel like I was able to overcome some of that.
Sure seemed like you did.
72 hours ago, if you would have said, this is what you will have done, I wouldn't have believed myself. It's a fantastic feeling knowing that we got through it. The camaraderie of this group really brought it together.
Just those basic skills for going off-road. It's very different than on-road. So it's the ability to manage everything, not everything, but a lot of those off-road elements that you need to change from on-road to off-road. That's the biggest takeaway. And then you kind of have to, the nice thing about this is you learn those fundamental skills, but then you take them off-road and actually put them into practice. That's what's nice about this immersion environment. The off-road riding opportunities, whether it's just a Jeep, pickup truck, side-by-side, or off-road motorcycles, this was a nice place to be. And we saw a lot of that today. It was cool. It was, highly recommend Bill Dragoo's training. Highly recommend.
We had some good crashes, a couple of bad crashes that tore stuff up, but was able to be fixed on the trail, which was fantastic. Part of it. The most fun I had was watching everybody succeed at what they were trying to do. So that was what I would take away from it. Watching good folks who've never or rarely ridden before come out and succeed and do stuff that they had no idea that they had the capability of doing, and they kicked its ass. That was cool.
It was much harder than I anticipated it would be. But now that I've completed it, I'm very, very happy about it.
Yeah. Did your confidence go up, you felt? Or?
Oh yeah. I thought I'd be pretty good at balancing on the pegs, and so that worked out well for me. I struggled with a lot of the exercises because I had to think too much. But when I was just riding on the trail and you know, balancing, I did well there. I made it through the day without crashing today, so I'm very, very thankful for that.
Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
Oh, that's awesome to hear.
In a heartbeat. And one of my favorite non-riding things was going into the stream below.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Susan did very, very well today.
She did?
Very, very well.
She was struggling on the hill this morning.
Well, when she got out there on the course, yeah, the really tough part, she got over.
It's good to hear.
And on the gravel, it was hard to keep up with her.
Yeah, she's pretty good gravel.
She was a little bit irresponsible there. You might want to talk to her about that. Sure. Yeah. We're talking about a reunion.
As a relative rookie, an old rookie at that, it's very scary. It's terrifying half the time. Stomach churning, just mainly because there's lots of hard objects and lots of distance to fall and speed to throw you onto the ground. But it's a great group. It was a great group. It was wonderful meeting people from all over the country and all over the world. We have someone from Ireland, Susan. Very interesting part of this. And I think also Bill does a great job of training people, and he has a good way of explaining very complicated things that are kind of things that you don't necessarily know. Sometimes he's explaining things that you do on a motorcycle that you don't realize that you're doing, because you're going to be doing those things in a different context that can be a little bit dangerous and a little bit risky. So yes, there are things that just happen. Things that happen to your brain. He mentioned something about slaying your dragons, and they're definitely there. I don't know if they make contact with the earth in ways that the bike wouldn't, really intended to contact the earth in that exact way. So yeah, it's dinged up a little bit. I'm dinged up a little bit.
Yes, you are.
But that's
yeah,
not. It's just a flesh wound. It's not.
Well, I would not change a thing personally. Every single second that I had spent was to my benefit, and also it was very, very uplifting. With all of the people that we had here, it was literally the most supportive group that you could have, and everybody chipped in with every single thing. The food was magnificent. The area itself, the Black Hills, if you have not been here, I highly recommend that you come here to ride. And by all means, will I take the class again? I'm just preempting you. Yes, I will be taking the class. In fact, I'm taking the advanced class on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
I hope you got some pictures of her face. There you go. Right here.
Took 4 dudes to lift your bike out, though.
Correct. It did.
Yeah, all right.
It did take 4 dudes.
That's fair.
Yes.
I mean,
That's not fantasy and
No.
fiction like the last part was.
We crested that hill back there. Black Hills were off in the distance, and that's the payoff for all the work that we've been doing for the past day and a half.
In Minnesota, we have a saying, keep your stick on the ice and your chain lubed.
I think it's been a pretty darn good day.
The cowboy poet Charles Badger Clark once penned these words about the Black Hills. There the world's the same as the day was new, where the land is as clean as the smokeless sky, and never a noise as the years have flew, but the sound of warm wind drifting by. And there alone, with a man's world far, there's a chance to think who you really are. Charles Badger Clark, 1915. The Lakota Sioux call this area Paha Sapa, or literally translated, hills that are black. The Lakota Sioux and many other Native American tribes consider the Black Hills sacred ground. They have a long physical and spiritual connection, or bond, to this land going back more than half a millennium. There are places in these hills where Native Americans come to connect with the Creator. So when you're here, consider yourself their guests and treat the area with respect, whether you come by horseback, car, foot, or motorcycle. We made it home, and now it's time to unload. How did this happen?
I fell off on a slippery rock, and the whole thing came off. The screws came off, the bar end weight came out. So I don't even know if it had even thread locker on it.
It just popped right out.
It just popped off.
Okay, we examined the bike here. What's the name of this plate again? This bash plate?
Black dog.
Black dog, and the black dog came off. What did you smash to?
Oh, just the emblem. It has
Yeah,
an emblem.
I mean the emblem, yeah.
That's all.
And then this?
Big paddle squished, but it's soft metal anyway. The plate squashed, and the brake arm bent down a bit. I got to straighten that back up.
Got a nice nick here.
I got a nick in there too. And the exhaust hit the same rock as everything else as well.
That's on the right side of the bike.
Yeah, nothing on the left.
No, the left is all 100% okay.
The left is fine.
Brand new bike.
1 week old. Is it 1 week old?
It's not even a week.
A week. Just over a week.
Yeah, maybe a week and a day. They're not museum pieces, right?
Oh, well, they're built. That's what it's built to do.
Got to take it out and put it to the test, and I guess that's what you did.
Yep.
Here it is, home, and it's about to get a
bath.
a shower and a bath and cleaning. KTM 390
Adventure.
Adventure.